Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another video. And today, this is probably going to be our last episode discussing HLX. If you didn't notice, I shaved, so there's that. Um, but this is our last episode discussing HLX, probably. We're going to obviously play it and shit, but it's kind of narrowing down the dates. The dates are narrowing down now, and we have not too long, really. Until the game comes out. So I'm going to try to pull up the Half-Life 3 graphic thing on Twitter that everybody's using now with the dates and shit. Let's see. I'm trying to find this. Here we go. Okay, so here is the Half-Life 3 calendar. As you can see here, so week 1 is knocked out, week 2 is knocked out. This is mostly because of Thanksgiving. We're now in week 3, so today's the second. Actually, this is a little bit outdated. Today's the second. And Mike Straw is still saying that the date he was told has not changed. The date Mike Straw was told has not changed. It still hasn't passed yet, as he said. So we're right here right now. We're on the second. Half-Life Alyx was announced at like 6:20 p.m. and it's 5 o'clock right now, so we still have time. And there's Wednesday and Thursday, and then Friday. So it can happen. It won't happen on a weekend, and most likely not a Monday. Most likely not a Monday. Valve doesn't do shit on Mondays. So really, it's just here and here. It probably won't be the 12th. Now, again, Winter Break could not happen if Valve skips it like they did for Half-Life Alyx. But my prediction is that because they need to do the pre-orders and stuff for the hardware. They're going to want it comes out in early 2026. So I believe they're going to put those pre-orders out pretty soon. It would make sense for them to announce Half-Life 3 with it. Like with the machine. That would make a lot of sense. And throughout history, Valve always releases software with hardware. It's always conjoined every single time. But we're here right now. Again, this is 3 weeks since the hardware announcement of 3 different hardware products, and it's the 3rd day of December. 333 could be. You never know. Oh my god, 333. It's 3 threes. Holy shit. So it could be then if Valve really cares about the numbers. Thursday. I don't really see it being a Friday, to be honest, but you never really know. And Half-Life Alyx, people forget, was not just announced with the trailer. They announced it on a Monday, and then that Thursday they released the trailer. It was like a weird little double thing. So I don't know. Some person said it was going to be announced on the 11th at the Game Awards or next to the Game Awards, basically. Some person on Reddit with this bullshit AI written shit. It's like, oh, I'm a worker at this AI company, and then we're doing, and they wanted to wait for it to get good physics, and it sounds like it's Gemini written. It's all bullshit. I don't believe it personally. Could be wrong, but they're saying it's the 11th. I don't really believe that. Is it possible to the Game Awards? Yeah, of course, but that's like a last ditch date right there. So, the next most likely date is looking like tomorrow. Basically, that's like the next most likely thing that it's looking like. Could be Thursday. Could be again. So it could be really any of these days. I don't really think it'll be on a Monday. It could be, but I really doubt it. Although they did announce Half-Life Alyx initially on a Monday and then the trailer on that Thursday. So we'll count it. According to everybody, all these insiders, the plan hasn't changed to announce it this year. They can choose not to go on winter break like for Half-Life Alyx. It could also slip into early 2026. Now, again, worst case scenario, we get a Half-Life 3 announcement in early 2026 along with the hardware. That's like the worst case scenario. So we're still not far off from it, but we're still looking at this chart right here. And this is what we're working with. So like here, this guy says like Tyler McVicker has been constantly reiterating that it could be in 2026. They really don't know a date. They have a good estimate, but they're still saying, as far as they know, the plan is still to announce it this year. That's still the plan. But it could be next year. You never know. Um, Mike Straw, who has like literally never been wrong on leaks before, but he said he's taking the information with a grain of salt. He's still saying it's going to happen this year, and the date he's been told us it passed yet, and not at the Game Awards. Again, Valve, because it's at Half-Life 3, one of the biggest game releases of all time. They could do it at the Game Awards with Jeff Keighley. You never know. You really, really never know. So, you don't really know. This is fake. It's what I'm saying. Everyone, like Gabe Follower, Tyler McVicker, Mike, they're all saying it's still happening this year, as far as they know. He said it. How I think it pop up at any minute in an offhand comment. Possible. Back in October, Tyler heard a rumor that there was a trailer made at Valve, but it was aimed for November. That obviously didn't happen, but there is a rumor of a trailer being in production. Steam hardware. We don't really know. There's like Easter eggs in the trailer related to Half-Life 3. There's still the Steam ID thing here for Source 2. It could be TF2 or it could be TF. It could be TF. It could be HLX. We don't really know. This guy's listing everything. This is fantastic. So exactly, it could absolutely be at the Game Awards. We don't actually know that, so it really could be at the Game Awards. We just don't know. Um, yeah, Valve could skip winter break, A, or B, it could start the 16th. Again, we don't really know. Um, which I agree with the statement right here. I don't think they're going to announce it like right here before break and then just go on break. I don't think so. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so it's basically, yeah, exactly. Like, he's saying what I said. Like, in reality, the longest we wait is early 2026. So, can't complain. Here's a cool little chart we're going to look at. Yeah, this is the thing I was talking about right here. This, like, post on Reddit here. Oh, the guy confirmed it was, like, Gemini assisted. Like, he like, corrected it with, I don't know. This whole thing seems fucking fake. I don't believe it at all, to be honest. What is this document this guy made? Let's look at this. Holy shit. Just trying to read through this here. See, exactly. So it was announced, hardware was announced on the 19th. On the 19th. So he's saying, I remember him saying back then, a 2 to 3 week period. 1, 2, 3. Or was it on the 12th? Oh, wait a minute. Was it on the 12th? It wasn't the 12th. Shit, my bad. I'm thinking of the Half-Life anniversaries on these days. It was 1, 2, 3. So we're within that time period still. Um, yeah, still speculation, but again, we're still in the time frame. We're still here. You know what I mean? Um, it'd be really fucking funny. It would be really, really fucking funny if it got announced as I was recording this video. Because again, dude, Half-Life Alyx got announced at like 6 p.m. So you know what else is over here? Gameplay. Actually, I haven't really looked at these. Let's look at this. Fire and heat conductivity. Yeah. We know all this. Water and liquids. We know there's going to be some crazy physics. We know there's going to be vehicles, fans. That's interesting. There's no specific weapons that are, I think, defined. Safe system is getting an overhaul. I know that. Yeah, I know about the gravity. I know about the player subclasses. Yeah, I know all this. AI, just enhanced AI. I'm making sure there's no like story shit here because I follow Tyler McVicker's philosophy. Like there have been some pretty significant leaks. Not significant, but pretty. I'm 90% sure they're kind of the real leaks. Like they're 90% sure, pretty much real story leaks. But no one wants to talk about them because they don't want to wait. They don't want to like spoil it. So I agree with that, and so I'm following that philosophy here of not showing off anything that. How big is this fucking thing? Okay, I refuse to show off anything that might be fake. That's some fake shit. Xbox is a VR sequel. Yeah, that's false. White Sand, it was a code name for Deadlock. That's true. Xbox is not open world. Um, Originally that Deadlock was called Citadel. Then it was called Neon Prime. Um, I remember that. You remember that when Deadlock was still like unknown. Deadlock was called Citadel, and it was like a hybrid VR and 2D RPG, not RPG. I forget the name for it now. Fuck. But like kind of like how Deadlock is. You'd have like a person in VR controlling everything, and it was in the Half-Life universe, and it was such a weird concept. And then there was Neon Prime, which was supposed to be announced actually, if I'm not mistaken, in the summer of 2023, but they reworked it, and now it's Deadlock. Yeah, Mike Morawski. Yeah, some music people were from Valve were talking about like, oh, the work I've done for the Half-Life games, and they've only worked on Half-Life Alyx. So yeah, there we go. Development timeline. Let's look at this. Actually, this might be cool. Um, yeah. So according to um this recent information, HLX started as a project in late 2019. Like probably they said almost before Half-Life Alyx was released or announced, which is crazy. Um, Source 2 was maybe made public. First Half-Life HLX reference was made in Artifact. Yeah, but it just slowly throughout the years there has been leaks. Blah blah blah. Just slow, progressively over time, things start happening, things start moving, and then we get over here to this year. Thumpers are back. I forgot about that. HLX is in a VR game. Um, So internal group at Valve. So again, this confirms there are internal groups working on this shit at Valve because they literally have it labeled audio, artists, etc. Um, and then we got closer to the end of the year, and then we started hearing about announcements, and blah blah blah. Here we are. So here we are now. Um, so yeah, there is the timeline. Um, I really hope it's like tomorrow or something, like the 3. I think it'd be hilarious. But we're gonna have to see what happens. Um, yeah, this was a big thing as well. Back in like 2022 to 2023, for an unannounced project, Valve started just doing mass hiring, as you can see here. Um, I actually looked at this stuff for some of these mods. I actually looked at Valve's LinkedIn. There's nothing up right now, of course, but yeah, no, they did it. I remember the mass hirings here, looking for like artists and designers, which is very interesting. Um, known in NPC. Let's see. It's from Zen. So Hound Eyes are going to come back. Zen Gorillas are going to come back. Or I thought I heard. Oh, maybe that's new. I haven't heard about a gorilla actually. I'm thinking of the Gonarch. Zen Swooper, interesting. Zen Jellyfish. This is interesting. It's an unused model from Half-Life Alyx. So it looks like we're going to be definitely seeing some classic Half-Life shit come back from the original game. Looking at the Hound Eyes. Combine Charger. Man hacks. Snipers. General shit. This is interesting. Off-world. So off-world, what I think we might be doing is go to like an off-world location, or possibly like the origin of the Combine, like their planet, because it's not referencing Zen and it's not referencing anything else. So it could be going to we're probably going to be going to, probably using Borealis to another realm, another planet, another area. That's just a guess, just my guess. Um, Fly Guy. These are all like, this is old from Aperture Desk Job. Like, I don't know if that's even a thing anymore. Howler, Instigator, Agent. These are just weird things. These are pretty doubtful by their standards, they say. With these like little red icons. Like green is confirmed, pretty much. Yellow is Spectacle, and like red's like, yeah, probably not true. Antlions are coming back with the Thumpers. Which is very interesting actually. That's gonna be quite cool to see. Kind of like how we were they in Half-Life Alyx? Antlions? I think they were. Fizz prop. Okay, like a gravity guns thing. Understandable. Hold out. Tactical behavior. Can peek, cover. So it's shit we've seen before. Foundry. Okay. Interesting. That's interesting. I'm looking. I have actually never seen this document before, so I'm actually having a fun time looking through this. Let's look at the vehicle data here. Oh no, where's the... Here we go. Gameplay mechanics. We know about the HEV suit. We know about the gravity gun. Oh, I was wondering about this. So I was wrong. I wasn't wrong, but I was like, oh, maybe I hope they bring the gravity gun back. I don't remember them talking about this. And shift forces. So it looks like we're going to be having a more in-depth gravity gun. Water and liquids. We know about this already. We're going to be doing physics shit. Physical vehicles. Let's see about this. Oh, Forza developer. That's going to be cool. Subclasses, tire smoke, tire friction, wheel friction. Yeah, they're gonna have some crazy physics shit in this game, man. Fans or work like fans. Weapons. There's no weapons listed here. Like a ragdoll, breakable adjustment, safe system, blah blah blah. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. So, see, enhance and within navigation. Yeah, so everything's just going to be very in depth. Everything's going to be very. But you can differentiate different sounds. So we know these: no sound, combat, blah blah blah. Warn friends, food. That's an interesting one. Food is an interesting concept for this. Um, Locations we just looked at. What's the science one? Oh, well, okay, we should look at this before. So Zen we covered. Super Mario get like Zen. Well, look, it looks like Half-Life Alyx Zen. Yeah, so it looks like we're probably gonna go back to Zen. Off-world worker, citizen notice, fill the copper with off-world. So we're gonna be going some kind of off-world. It's not Zen. It's not Zen. It's probably not gonna be Zen if these are different. Boundary. For combat and shit. That's interesting. That might be off-world science. Yeah, this McVicker talking about, he was like, yeah, this is a new asset. Science, I don't know. Weird. Um, Enemies we looked at already. Worker, yeah, we saw these. Announcement rumors we've seen. I'm just trying to cover everything here because there's actually a lot of shit here pending. This should absolutely be there. I don't know what they're talking about. Yes, it should be. Oh, whatever. Fuck you. Gravity force and food. Thumper. Configure a lightweight body. Hit group right lower arm. Cool. Child. That's interesting. Child. Found icons. Haven't seen these. Probably so. Deadlock, Dota 2. Yeah, these are for like the. Yeah, I can see that. Auto aim, cross hit. This is. I hope that's temporary. That's an interesting one. Siege. That's weird. That's a funny looking one. Yep. Basic shit. Lip sync. Procedural sounds. That's interesting. Weather. There's lens again. There's just so many things they're doing with this new game. Like so many in depth, like crazy things that you can't even go through it all. It's like, there's so much new innovation with this new game. Um, so we're basically just taking everything we've done with Half Life so far, everything crazy, and putting it into one game. All right, well, that's that basically. That's kind of everything I wanted to cover nicely. So yeah, there you go. There's our update for HLX. We have like about 2 weeks left, a little less. But yeah, here we are. We're waiting, and hey, we might stream. I'm considering doing some live streams for Half Life 3. Waiting up, waiting in the room, waiting for it. So yeah, see you guys in the next one.